you believe it? DTC 2015 is over. All things are ready. I hope you got all things ready. It has been 8 days of impactful messages from men of God from all over the world. Come, sit back, and let's take a look back at the highlights of this year's DTC 2015, All Things Are Ready. Reverend Eastwood Anaba kicked off our journey, DTC All Things Are Ready. He talked about an encounter with Jesus and highlighted the life of Zacchaeus. What stuck out most importantly to me was his message about the sycamore tree and how he mentioned that even though Zacchaeus was short, he used the sycamore tree to get a glimpse of Jesus.
I have not seen any case of conversion in the Bible that is as detailed as the conversion of Zacchaeus, apart from Paul. Apart from Paul, this is the most serious case of conversion. And in all the cases of conversion, there is none that epitomizes and depicts the Christian life stage by stage like Zacchaeus' life. The Christian life has got to do with 6 main stages, and Zacchaeus' life shows and displays all the 6 stages of the Christian life.
Then we move on to Dr. Mensa Otabil, who talked about fathers and sons. Dr. Mensa Otabil highlighted that God is our Father and that we are His sons. And he mentioned that man moved out of God's image to be outcasts. And if it wasn't until Abraham that did man become God's friend, and through that covenant with God, he was able to bless the children of Israel, and they moved into servanthood. And it was only through Christ dying on the cross that he was able to give us his spirit for us to become sons of God by adoption.
Because Abraham's highest relationship with God was a friend. He could go and come. Moses' highest relationship with God was a servant. Elijah's highest relationship with God was a servant. David's highest relationship with God was a servant. Everybody in the Old Testament, their highest relationship with God was a servant, because something greater had been prepared. And for that great thing to come to pass, the same thing that happened in Genesis chapter 15 happened. The word of the Lord had to come again, not to pick a friend, but to come and pick sons.
And last but not least, Pastor Peter Balogun, who also tied in the message of being sons of God. His angle, he mentioned that not only are we sons of God, but that does not excuse us from sin. And that does not mean that God will not still chastise us when we sin. So as children of God, we should run to the throne of mercy for forgiveness at all times.
So finish it. And so where's your own master key? If prayer is that master key, where have you left it? Where have you left it? I think Pastor T should organize a prayer meeting soon where we'll clear all the chairs here and nobody will sit. I'm sure some people, if they get to know that day, they won't come to church. So, is it me that killed Jesus? Even Jesus himself prayed. In the Garden of Gethsemane, the Bible says that he prayed so hard that the drop of sweat from his body was as thick as blood. If Jesus will pray, who are you not to pray? He was praying to his Father, the same one you call your Father.
3 powerful men of God, 8 impactful days. Are all things ready in your life? This is the last day of DTC. Let's get some feedback from people who were in the service for today and see how all things are ready in their lives. So we've wrapped up our last day of DTC, All Things Are Ready. It's been 8 impactful days. What was your highlight?
I think the highlight of it was actually Wednesday night with Dr. Otabil.
Okay.
And it was just the way he wrapped up everything and the whole journey of we understanding our place as children or as sons, and particularly where he spoke about Jesus being the only begotten Son and we actually becoming joint heirs with Christ. And it just it was just explosive for me. And the entirety of DTC has just been from one thing to the other. It's just like, when God is just wrapping, tying things up together. Particularly even when Pastor Peter closed up today talking about the secrets of the kingdom. For you to even get to a place where you even understand the secrets of the kingdom, or can even tap the secrets of the kingdom, you have to have gone through becoming a son and understanding your place in the kingdom.
So it sounds like it all kind of tied together from Reverend Anaba to up until today.
Exactly.
Anything to say? Thank you. All right, can you tell us your highlight of DTC 2015?
I think my favorite part of DTC was the music part of it. The choir was really good. Rose of Sharon voices. They sang really well. The musicians are on point.
Absolutely.
And that's something I really appreciate about it, the music.
Okay. And I know that the music was good, but did you also like the dance ministrations?
Oh yes. I think the dance group that came through was Focus. They did very well, very well.
Awesome.
And I really like that. I really like that too.
Great. So I'm asking everybody, the theme of DTC was all things are ready. So how are you getting all things ready in your life?
In my life, basically, I'm just focusing on Christ, because I know when I put Christ first, everything else will take place. You know what I mean? Everything else will, manifest once you focus on Christ.
And how about you?
Christ is the center, so it's just exactly what he just said.
Thank you. All right, perfect. I'm here with my friend, Kay, my Revolve member, Kay. Can you please tell us what stood out for you in this year's DTC All Things Are Ready conference?
I think what stood out for me with Pastor Balogun was how when he was talking about to know the secret of God, you need to be able to fear and to obey him. That really stuck for me.
What made it stand out for you?
Because I think now a lot of people don't really fear him, and I think that's one area that I'm trying to grow, and so that's why it stuck for me.
As a closing, how are you getting all things ready in your life?
I think in my life it's really time for me to step up and start serving him. Getting involved in the church and giving back. That's how I'm getting ready.
So please let me know, what was your highlight out of this whole DTC?
I truly enjoyed the Sonny Badu's administration. I think it was awesome. And today was just a great time in God's presence.
So are all things ready for you?
Yes, all things are ready for me, and I'll start working in that now.
Exactly. So I'm glad you enjoyed your time, and we'll hope to see you next year, right?
Sure.
All right, thanks.